Good morning to one and all present for today's interactive webinar. I, Professor Varsha Vittalevle, welcomes you on the behalf of Ahmednagar Jilla Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samajas, Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj College of Engineering, Nipti, Ahmednagar. I also welcome you all in the behalf of our Civil Engineering Department. Here, Department of Civil Engineering had organized a webinar on challenges and opportunities for civil engineer after lockdown. I welcome our today's speaker, architect Ashok Kale, who is well-known architect in Ahmednagar and Maharashtra. As I have said in the starting, this will be an interactive webinar. Means you have to put your questions in the chat box simultaneously. Our speaker will answer them. Has some are the guidelines to the some are the guidelines to the participant for attending the webinar, such as mute your audio and video for entire webinar, and feedback link will be shared at the end of the session on WhatsApp group and Zoom chat box, as well as on the YouTube. An e-certificate will be issued to the attendees after filling the feedback form. Now, I request Professor N.S. Deshpande to introduce our today's speaker.
Good morning, everyone. It is my privilege to introduce today's speaker, architect Ashok Kale. He has completed his degree in 1972 with specialization in designing of public and institutional buildings. He is the member of Council of Architects since 1977. He is the founder member of Indian Institute of Architects, Ahmednagar local chapter. Also, he is the founder president of Architects, Engineers and Surveyors Association, ASA, Ahmednagar. He has designed and planned various well-known structures in Ahmednagar city, such as Wadia Park Sports Stadium, Jilla Parishad Administrative Building, Mahavir Art Gallery, and many more. So I welcome architect Ashok Kale in this webinar.
Thank you.
Now we are going to start with our interactive section. Therefore, I am going to hand over to Professor A.W. Khan for the continuation. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now today I am going to start the interactive session with architect Ashok Kale sir on the topic challenges and opportunity for civil engineer after lockdown. So my first question to the sir is how the fresher or newcomers can enter the practicing world. Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ashok Kale. I'm very much thankful to the Institute, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Engineering College at Ahmednagar, and all the staff members who has invited me for this meeting. Dear friends, it is very important to enter the practicing world. And those who are entering now have more opportunities because we are used to work in a pre-COVID world. And now you will be entering in the world which is already post-COVID when the effect have started. And because in the world, in the engineering period, in any practicing world, always there is a problem. You enter into this thing, I become architect because I have to solve the problems. Similarly, you should have attitude because you should not be scared or you should not be afraid of any problems because you are there to problem. Again, another more important thing that you have to struggle, you have to work because you are working. If you don't work, there is no struggle, there is no working also. That keep it in mind that we have to reach to at the top. See, there is ample of space at top of the Everest. Always there is a top, always there is a place at the top. So try to reach to the top with your quality, with caliber and your standards. So always try to improve your, say when you from school, you enter into the college. School they teach you, but in college you have to learn. And in the when you get into practicing world, you are getting into the more college, practical college, where You have no escape, but you have to work till your end. Those private practitioners like me, or those who are working in the their own private offices, for us there is no retirement, because and you have to, because I'm not afraid of I'm not tired of my work, because I accept it as my passion. Always remember, you engineers or whosoever wants to, architects or whosoever want to get into the this profession, because this is a noble profession. What you create, what you construct today is going to last long. Because all, if you see all the Chanbebi Mahal, Faria Bagh and all these things, so they give the resemblance, they give the standard what type of civilization was there, what type of construction they have constructed. Similarly, whatever you create will have very vast important. They will be known by your this. Oh, this is created by this one. Because in the olden days there was no record, but now there is a record. And always be open to the new things. Never scared, and enter into practicing work with happiness, expecting that you have to face problems. See, unless you face a lot of problems, you are not going to go ahead. Don't think problem is a problem, because each and every problem there is a solution. And when I become architect and when I come to the practicing world, they say, oh, there is a recession, there is no demand for architecture. But I was not. I said, the standard of those people who are working in the clerk, in a bank as a clerk, maybe have different standard. But my standard, I want to become a very good architect. I want to have my own office. I want to make my own name. That's why I started my practice in Mumbai. But then our very visionary Nagar Adhyaksha was there, Navneet Bhai Balshikar. I met him and he said, what you are doing in Mumbai? We want architects in Ahmednagar. Come. And because our halfway work is, our stadium work is halfway pending, and it is not, you have to complete it properly. Then with that idea, I came to Ahmednagar and started the work. And now I have complete designed the master plan of this Wadia Park Stadium in 1978. When we started in 2005. We have to wait. You have to wait. You have to wait for long. You have to wait for the opportunity. You have to wait for the term. You have to come to these things. Similarly, Jilla Parishad, I won the competition in the designing of the Jilla Parishad building. Also in 1982, but when work started in a similar manner, just before 1904 or 95. So you have to have patience and never sit idle. Do something. Always do something. In my school, always there was a slogan: "Mandyog pe virottodyoga." Always start. हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ काम करते रहो. नेहमी कुछ ना काही काम करत. नेहमी उद्योग करत राहा. नसते उद्योग नाही, चांगले उद्योग जे आपल्याला उपयोगी होतील, ज्याच्यामध्ये आपण शिकू. Madam, you can ask me another question.
Okay, thank you for the great answer, sir. So the second question is, what are the changes will occur after COVID-19 and how to face that changes?
After COVID-19, you have to be very careful about the standard of building from the point of health and hygiene. Especially, we Indians are lacking in locating the toilets to the buildings. We always neglected, because in our Hindu Dharma, this is a जसं लग्न करायचं हे असतं ना, तसं ते काय त्याला म्हणतात, मी विसरलो आता तो शब्द. Because we always ignorant about our toilets. So you have to construct a very good toilet. In my all of my buildings, I'm a very particular of designing toilet, how they should be located, because health and hygiene of the building is all depend upon the location of the services, location of the toilet building. Then services are very important. And whenever you building, I always see, whenever I see new building, whenever I see that court recently constructed, you see the pathetic condition of this toilet, and because it is designed by a department. And same way, next door you can see the DSP building, it is so beautifully, it is aesthetically good. See, whatever you create has to be aesthetically good. It has to look good. It has to look standard. It should look different. Don't just make it a cosmetic, because building inside is very shabby, but you just give the beautiful colors, beautiful shape, this kind of thing, it is of no use. So after the COVID challenge, is most important thing is that we have to consider good passages, good entrances. The building, what you design, it should be very easy to maintain. And that is very important to COVID because people will be very much aware of the health and hygiene. How you enter, how you these things, and separated place, and all those buildings who are designed with these reasons, people are using them merrily. So this is the difference between after the COVID, and you have to be very careful of the health and hygiene of the building, especially location of the services, septic tanks, drainage pipelines, all these things should be very well laid in the layout, very well laid these things. Otherwise, sometimes what happens, you have to consider the orientation of the building is very important. East, west, north, south, our Vastu Shastra is there, but don't get into complication of the Vastu Shastra, because Vastu Shastra is nothing but the science of climatology. And that those were okay in those days, but now some of the things are very useful in the Vastu Shastra, especially orientation of the building. Because always orient the building north, east, west. Don't orient it north-south. If you orient north-south lengthwise, then in the morning it will be struck by the sun rays from the east side. After the 2 o'clock, it will be struck by the west side. Now you will say, how come you are designing Jilla Parishad building? It is a east-west, because I have no alternative. But then we take the care of the how you can reduce the sun rays entering of the building, and see that whenever you construct building, it has to have, because light and ventilation, which is a free. Light is free, ventilation is free. It has to be very, very well aerated. All these things you have to take care after the COVID. There should not be any dark corner. There should not be anything. And see the what is interior of the building is more important than the exterior of the building. Exterior of building are always decided by the interior spaces and all these things. That is more important. So after in the COVID region, you have to maintain, you have to be careful about the health and hygiene of the building. That is the only difference. Madam, you can have go.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
question.
sir. Thanks for the nice answer. So the next question is, what shall be the attitude of a civil engineer to face and overcome for the settlement in their profession?
See, when you come out of the college, as I said, say in my previous district, you are coming into the bigger college, where nobody will tell you how to behave, how to this thing, because and you have to take your own decision. It is very important to listen to everybody, but take your own decision. I always tell my members of the association, because if you take own decision, there will be 60% decision will be wrong, and only 40% decision will be right. But those 40% will be such a good decision that they will have capacity, or they will have to digest all the wrong decision, 60% wrong decisions. So never mind, you take the decision, but it is wrong, okay, you can improve it. I will tell you, in our building, whatever building we construct, we committed new problems, new mistakes. But when you construct next building, we take the care of the to improve the mistake that we have committed in the designing last building. But then we committed another mistake. See, we work. Who makes mistakes? The person who does work, person who does something. But see that it is a minimum. It is minimized. You should not be negligence, because buildings are constructed once in a while. There is a lot of investment in the estimates, lot of huge amount is invested, and it should be reducing. So that is very important. So this is the attitude will be face the problem, solve it in a very nice manner, in aesthetically manner. It should be properly solved. Not only just okay, काहीतरी करायचं म्हणून करायचं असं कधी काम करू नका. In our country, we are very bad designers. We are very bad constructors. Because if whenever I go abroad, I see beautiful building, even small things, even footpaths are designed properly. Because I don't want to get into that conversation, but because for building construction or the BIC department is a for these leaders, it is a department for the extraction. Anyway, it's a different person, but you should, that's why you get into, don't get into service, especially in government department. They will ruin you. They will ruin you. Listen to me. Be independent. Start your own practice. Go to the other places. First few years, you work with a very good company. You work with the company of this, they may pay you less. I started my work when I was getting hardly 100 rupees per month. But then 100 rupees had a lot of value then. But that time, gold was 200 rupees tola. So accordingly, you can imagine. But don't see that you have to work. You have to work with a very good people, learn from them, learn from their practices, learn them how they are organizing their work. So first, my advice will be for first few years, you work with some good company where you get a good chance to work, where you get the work of your liking, where you get the satisfy your passions in designing, getting into the profession. Work with some good company, and then you start working. You may sometimes what happens, your family background is such that your father is an engineer, a well-known engineer, is doing good work, and he want you to be an engineer because you want to control. Then there is no problem. Then you can work with him, and he will guide you properly. But work as an ordinary worker. Go do all sorts of work. Don't think you are the owner's son and you should do this thing only. You should mix with the worker. You should have very cordial relation with your staff. You should have very friendly relation with the small workers. You must know them. They must know you. They must regard you. I remember I was working in Mumbai and my work was finished. And then one fellow started crying. क्यों भाई रोते क्यों हो? सर आपकी अभी मुलाकात नहीं होगी, कुछ नहीं होगी. कुछ बात नहीं, मुझे फोन करते जाओ, तभी तो फोन पे कुछ भी ना हम मिलते जाएंगे. So that kind of a relation you develop with the workers. Don't hate them. Now in this COVID region, people, industrial, those who are employing workers, they will realize the importance of the workers. We quote our buildings very less, and the worker who is doing the labor bending work at 5th floor, 6th floor, he works. He has lovely slippers in his foot. He doesn't have safety shoes. He doesn't have safety helmet. He doesn't have safety clothes to wear because we quote in we have to work in such a low budget that always in our country. Work is awarded, accepted, the tender is accepted by the person who is the lowest. I'm sitting in my market yard building. It is constructed about maybe 35, 36 years before, maybe about 40 years before. But there we accepted the second highest quotation, not lowest quotation. Then there was inquiry, there was a lot of question for me, why you are, then I given proper answers. And then I say, I will not, this is lowest is not, that person will not able to complete the work in such a low rate. So we constructed building and now it is very soundly, very nicely, one of the good building in Ahmednagar Market Yard. Next question, madam.
Okay, thank you, sir. So the next question is, what is the scope of civil engineer in contracting?
See, contracting is another, see now there are so many specialization. As a civil engineer, you can become a quantity surveyor. As a civil engineer, you can, because so many specialization there which were not during my period, maybe 40, 50 years before. But if you want to be a contractor, you have to, it is like, contractor is like conductor of the music conductor. You should have capacity to of that conductor, where because you have to handle so many teams. The person who excavate is a different team. Person who cast a concrete bar benders is a different team. Then you cast the contract different. As the work progresses, there are different people. You should have, as a contractor, you should have all of them on your role. Anyway, you can start with the small work, doesn't matter. But see the good worker, encourage them. Then there are electricians, there are plumbers, there are tile fixing people, there are plaster. Everybody has to, and you should know what is the plastering, what is the what is the best quality of the plaster. It is wavy, it is in line. You should be able to this, and be at the site. If you are a contractor, be at the site. And then what is important, you quote a proper rate. Because as a contractor, you get the tender, you have to fill up the tender. So that is very important. You have to be accurate sometime and never get discouraged. When you are a contractor, you may get work in the tendering, or you may not get orders. Try for another one. And again, contractor requires a lot of finance also. I will come to that point also later on. Madam, you can, the contracting is one of the way, and because all civil engineers, so many, you can be a valuer, you can be, because engineers are required at many places for their technical opinion, for their technical knowledge.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So the next one is how to sustain and overcome the financial challenges.
Yeah, that is very important. As a contractor, as an engineer, you always face challenges because you are new. Nobody will give you money unless if you are, because the parents nowadays, parents spend a lot of money in making you educated, and never ask anything though, never trouble them onwards, because there are so many schemes. So many schemes of the newcomers. Because government has come out to solve your problems, because then you can avail the finance and use that finance what you get for your work meticulously for the same job. Never buy a car, never buy a good motorcycle. Live a very simple beginning life. Never do anything for which is not useful for your profession. Never buy anything which is not useful for you. Instead of buying a car, you should buy a good equipment. That is very important. And see that whatever finance you get is judiciously used for the same purpose, and see that all the bank loan or the or this thing, their payments or their monthly installments are paid on time. Sometimes what happens, you get delayed. You get the work, but the client doesn't pay you on time. But that always happens for the private, and always some of the government job. But if you get the work of the good company, they pay you in well, because we know, they know, because unless they pay you, their work will not be able to complete. But that is not attitude in BNC. Our great engineers, Mr. Shirke Construction, he told government, you close down this BNC department. We private engineers are capable of handling all your work in most economic way. And still, PG Shirke is a name today also in India. They work abroad also, and this is the case. They are this big BNC in the government departments are big hindrance in the development, big hindrance in development. So if the financial problems comes, never hesitate, never go down, because now sometime happens you don't have money and you have to get the material, you request them, and create your own reputation. This person, he is working good, he is a beginner, he has less problem, but whenever he gets his money, he pays us properly. So if that reputation there, then supplier also always there to help you. Because a lot of suppliers help me in this way, because I never executed any work, because I was very careful. I never take any contractor, never constructed, never become a builder, never wanted, because I'm more interested in designing. But my experience with the people, those good people who are working in the contract, because they have to maintain their reputation very, very well, pay the suppliers on time, pay the workers on time, pay the labor workers properly on time. If you don't have money, tell them, I don't have money, but please wait. Money is coming, because it is delayed because of this reason. They wait for you, they work for you. So never hesitate, never get a fumble with the shortage of money, and please arrange it properly before you start the work. Never start the work without any financial management, without financial arrangement. Financial arrangement, financial management is very important. If you marry a girl, you want to marry a girl from the finance, like commercial, and tell her to handle my finance. That is very, very, very ideal, because the person who is your financer, person who is your chartered accountant, has to be very clever, has to be very along with you. If you are in problem, they should give you encouragement. They will give the way how to solve it. So never get scared about the financial department, but create your own reputation in a contractor or whatever work you do in that field. Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir. So the next question is, sir, from our participant, Mahesh Tatikonda. He is asking that how the contractor will compensate the raise in the cost of the materials.
How the contractor will
compensate the raise in the cost of material, means from the construction point of view.
See what happened when you want to fill up the quotation for any work. So DSR is there. Now DSR is quite okay. District schedule rates. They are designed, or they are always revised from as the cost of the material increases. And in my time, there was not new material in the market. But now there are so many new materials in the market. If they are not in DSR, because DSR is applicable, even the private work everywhere, DSR is applicable, especially institutional work. For example, this your college, Maratha Vidya Prasar Samaj. Normally, they go for this thing, because when it is audit, they are question why you don't use DSR. But then if the because sometimes there are two types of tender. One is percentage tender, and another is a blank tender. You have to quote your rate. So you quote your rate properly. Doesn't matter if you don't get the work, but don't quote wrong rates. That will bring you in problems. So that is very important, my dear.
Okay.
You want to ask anything else?
Sir, the next question is from our next participant, Dilip Gulabrao Patil. So he is asking, can you please explain your sum of project with respect to economical aspects?
See, mostly I work for the public buildings. Because public buildings is a big work. And to be true with you, to do a big work is more simpler than doing a small work. To construct a building, a bungalow, to deal with the client is most difficult job. Then it is better to construct big work, because the quantum is big. And again, it is constructed by some companies or government agencies like municipal council, Jilla Parishad, or some departments. Even I constructed, I designed many industrial buildings also. But those industrialists were very well aware of these things. So it is very important for whom you are working. What was the question again? Ask, tell me the question.
Question was, sir, can you please explain your sum of project with respect to economical aspects?
Achha, achha, okay. Then I will tell you the example of the stadium which is in front of you, because we started estimating the stadium in 1978, but again because government has formed a Jilla Krida Sankul Samiti, that was belongs to all. Collector was the head of it, and all the head of the department of the various government authorities were the head of this. Because what government of Maharashtra thought, that corporation are unable to construct this kind of building big projects, so they formed this trust, Jilla Krida Sankul Samiti. So they gave us entire work. Then we prepared the this thing estimate. They approved it. And while doing that, we have taken everything well in account, and we started the work. But then there was, because it was on a BOT project, build, operate, and transfer. Means that this Jilla Krida Jilla Krida Sankul Samiti never had a finance, but they have assets. They have a 21-acre Vadia Park property. And condition to the contractor was that on this property you can construct a commercial complex on outside of this thing, and inside you can have an arena outside the arena of the stadium, and inside you have several play fields from cricket, football, hockey, all these things. So the contractor has to quote in such a way that he will able to construct that stadium, get the divide outside, divide into shops, and he will get the money from the shopkeepers and construct the entire stadium. So this is on BOT basis, and always otherwise Jilla Parishad building, there was a provision for the finance to construct the building, because from there some funds. And actually, you see, if you are a builder, then you have to arrange your finance. But you are going into the contractor, it is all your client's responsibility to provide you the proper funds, to provide you proper this background. They because if they don't pay you properly, they don't clear your bills on time, you will not able to work. So most of the building get pending, gets into problem because client doesn't have that kind of that see that whom's your work, he is fully equipped with the finance, or don't waste your time. It always happens in a lot of government job. Government takes very long time. I will take the example of Mr. Prabhu, who is a well-known engineer in England, because he is expert in bridges. So our great government, BNC department approached them. Then they want to construct a very critical bridge at a very critical spot. It was a very difficult spot. And they say, Mr. Prabhu, give me, he said, oh, it will take very long time. He said, long time, no, sir, we can give you a period of only 8 to 9 months. So, Mr. Prabhu, it is what he told it from his mouth. So he somehow he constructed very properly in 8 to 9 months, the entire scheme he has given to the government. But that scheme is not yet implemented. It is still pending, So never work in this kind of see if the because wait for the good opportunity, but never work for this thing. Chalo kuch nahi kuch chalo kaam to mila, but what kind of work you are getting? It is not that work, you don't work to waste time of your life. It is very important to wait, have patience. Don't hurry unnecessarily unless you get a proper client, unless you get these things. And many clients also, because the client for whom you are working, he must trust to 100%. Then you only work. If you are working as an engineer and then he is calling some other engineers and taking his opinion, telling him, see that engineer says like this, leave that work. Tell him, I have done that. You tell him, you okay, that engineer says to like this, give that work to him. I'm goodbye to you. Because don't waste your time. Because you put your full heart, full brain, full knowledge into working for that client, and somebody else comes and gives you suggestions which he doesn't know the situation, he doesn't know the condition you have to design, construct, you have to construct, and he's given the exam never. And in our associations also, in our Council of Architecture also, if you are working, the other engineers or the architect not supposed to come to your work unless you permit him. So that is, be strict about these things. Don't get in a hurry and start your work immediately. If you are fortunate, you will get the work. But there is nothing like fortune, my dear friends. There is nothing like fortune. Fortune is in your heart. अपना हाथ जगन्नाथ आपके हाथ में रहता है सब. कहा ज्योतिष के पास मत, लाइफ में कभी भी मत जाना और बोलना हमारा काम कैसे चलेगा. Never do these mistakes, because he won't know you. He will not know what you want to do in future, and he will tell you some misguide you properly. This is my personal advice to you. Madam, next question.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the beautiful answer. Now the next question is from the same participant, Dilip Patil. So he is asking, what qualities do one engineer must have to start design or planning and contracting firm?
See, my friend, because there are a lot of specialization. Either you do, because architects are there who are trained to design. It is their job to design. Because what we architect, what happened, we take the requirement of the client. They give us a site. See, this is my site. This is my requirement. All these things should be there. So architects are has to be very good visualizer. When we go first time to the site, we see the site first, then we listen to the contractor, then he give us the program. Then in our mind, we start constructing building in our imagination. Once it is completed, once it is foolproof, when we are confident about your planning and designing, then you have to get the permission of the local bodies or statutory authority. You have to do that little bit changes occur, and then it is given for the contractor to construct. So you don't have to look after each and everything. Either you look after designing, either you look after the construction, or you look after the electrical, be an electrical contractor or be a plumbing contractor, and concentrate on these things. First, you select the type of job you want to do. You cannot do each and everything. You cannot do the planning. You can do the same way you can do the construction. Because then your mind, you have to. It is very, once you do planning and once you become a contractor or engineer, you have to think, oh, what is the rate of the steel? Oh, then it is possible. Where cement is available. And with this kind of work, you cannot design. That is the case. Anything else? And always work with the good consultants. Madam, next one.
Yes, sir. So next question is asked from the participant Shubham Pawar. So he is asking, which part will be covered before starting the construction business? Means which part should be covered before starting any construction business?
Main part is your knowledge. Main part is your finance. Main part is your attitude. Main part is how you are capable of accepting the challenge. This is the main part. Because it is all, you have to develop, you have to decide, you have to be that firm what you want to do it. So this is the initial things to have. Your mind should be very eager, your mind should be very perfect, your mind should be very strong to the work. That is more important than anything else. Finance and everything comes afterward. Then you are influence and all this. Many people wait for the influence. They go to the some Netaji, humko ye kaam de do. Then they never do all these things. If he comes, because you see, in the beginning you have big problems. To get the work, you have to show the work. To show the work, you have to get the work. So for few years, the first 4 or 5 years, you have in this vicious circle. But you start doing work, you find some, you thankfully you find some work. You do in the beginning, you have to do the good work. So that is your credit. That is it goes to your credibility, and that gives you name, and that gives you another jobs. So these are the beginning things you have to look after.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So the next question is from Mr. Ajit Padole. He is asking, as the state government have suspended all the new projects, so what will be the impact of that on the fresher? What do you think on that?
Nobody can suspend this kind of new project. No need when development is taking place, new project has to be there. Annavasra Nivara. Our population is increasing. Along with the food, along with the clothes, your residence is also important. So never get into this kind of statements. There has to be new road, there has to be new infrastructure, there has to be new schemes, there are the new water supply schemes, everything has to be new, everything has to construct, everything has to develop. Unmute karo madam.
Hello.
Hello madam, I can
Yes,
hear
sir.
you.
Okay, okay. So the next question is from Shalaka Hire, sir. So she is asking, what is your opinion about to migrant labor, and now it's gonna affect, and how it's gonna affect to our construction industry?
Migrating workers will create a big problems, no doubt about it, because they have gone back, and it's all depend upon the company, how company has treated them. If a company has looked after them properly, they will come back. If company has not looked after them properly, their company is very negligent about this, they're very harsh to them, they will not return those things. They will not return to that company. They only return because there are many good companies who treat the labor properly. Because when you employ labor, because it is there are in the building industry there are temporary laborers, but the person who is taking contract, he has to see that at the site he is making proper arrangement for the labor to stay, proper arrangement for their health and hygiene conditions. They are these things, toilets and everything. You cannot leave them on the, you pay them because you cannot leave them on their own. You have to take care of them. So all those companies who are taking such care of this kind of laborer, they will not have much problem. They will have some problem, but the laborers will come back to them. And if that company is not looking after those laborers will not come to that company. Madam, you agree with me?
Yes, sir, definitely. I'm agree, sir. So this is all about today. So thank you so much, sir, for your all wonderful answers and the clarification.
Really, I'm a very outspoken person. I speak whatever comes to my mind.
Yes, very, very good clarification. So I hope all the answer will help our newcomers to enhance their knowledge. So thank you so much again. Thank you so much. Over to you, Yolu.
Thank you, people, for listening to me. I thought I was a little bit scared that you will put me into odd questions, but none of you have done that. It was very good. I'm very enjoying talking to you. Wish you all the best. Take care. Be courageous. Be bold, and do take your own decisions and come up like anything. All the
Yes.
best.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Over to
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am. Purely, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Now I will request our webinar coordinator, Professor A.S. Kamble, for vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning to all the present for today's webinar. On the behalf of our institute, respected principals, respected HOD, Civil Engineering Department, and all the staff member of Civil Engineering Department, I, Professor Kamble A.S., coordinator of webinar, extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our respected speakers, architect Ashok Kale, who spared time for his busiest schedule to grace the occasion. Also, today we had an opportunity to hear their thoughts, and this will surely be going to useful for us in future working practice. My gratitude to the speaker for gracing the occasion and sharing their opinions today. At the end, I am very much thankful to all the respected and dear participants for kindly attend this webinar. So thank you very much, sir,
Okay, thank you, Dr.
for
Akshay.
accepting our. Okay.
The feedback link is shared to you at Zoom, YouTube, as well as on WhatsApp. Thank you so much.
चलो बंद करें